Hello students, today we are going to discuss about culture media. Under that we are going to emphasize on special media. Special media, before we start about special media, I will quickly brush up about culture media. Culture media are the synthetic media that are used in the clinical microbiology lab or diagnostic microbiology lab for the cultivation of microorganisms. If you want to grow a pathogen or study its characters, culture media is very important because unless you grow the organism, you cannot perform the various identification tests or other biochemical tests. So that is why we use culture media. Culture media are classified into many categories based on their consistency, based on the oxygen requirement. There are many types. One of the type is special media. Special media in itself is not just one type of media. Under this, we have different categories. Special media is a category that incorporates different types of media which are required in a diagnostic lab based on biochemical characters or how to transport the media. So, looking at the needs while diagnosing a disease and isolating an organism, what are the different needs that are there? These medias are designed and they are all put under special media because they address special issues or they reflect special character of the bacteria. We'll start the first slide. uh, the first category under special media is enriched media. Enriched media is a class of media which is used for fastidious organism. Now, in my earlier videos, I have already explained what are fastidious organism. I will quickly tell about fastidious. Fastidious organism or fastidious bacteria are the bacteria that do not grow on basic medium and they need special nutrients for their growth. So here I have put up some pictures which we will be discussing. So enriched media are the media which have an additional nutrient ingredient. For example, most common blood agar. Blood agar is basically nutrient agar which is a basic medium plus 5% sheep blood. So the blood present in this media is a source of nutrient. Chocolate agar. Again in chocolate agar, hemolyzed RBCs are the source of nutrients. Here we have Loeffler serum slope. Here we have the serum of ox, which which is a source of nutrient here. And then this is LJ media, Lowenstein-Janssen media, which is used for tuberculosis, and this has eggs, which provides the extra nutrients. So enriched media, by the name only, you can tell that these are the media that are enriched by an additional nutrient source and that helps in the growth of some special fastidious bacteria, and it also helps in identifying those bacteria earlier. If we use some other media, it will be difficult to identify, but if we use these enriched media, they grow easily and they express certain important characters also. I'll just give you an example of Loeffler serum slope. Loeffler serum slope is a media that is used for Corynebacterium diphtheria. Now, Loeffler serum slope will support the growth of Corynebacterium diphtheria, and within 6 hours of inoculation of the sample, you can see the colonies of Corynebacterium diphtheria there, and you can also see the metachromatic granules of the Corynebacterium diphtheria, which normally you do not see if you grow them into some other media. So these are all the examples of enriched media: chocolate agar, blood agar, LJ media, and Loeffler's serum slope. Next is enrichment media. Enrichment media is another type of enriched media, but enrichment medias are never solid media. If you see any enriched media, it will definitely be a liquid medium. Here I have put three examples: selenite F broth, tetrathionate broth, and alkaline peptone water. So what exactly are enrichment media? So enrichment media, like the name suggests, this media helps in enriching the organism. So These are not commonly used for all the samples, but in samples like stool, wherein there is contamination with normal flora. So before plating it on a medium, on a solid medium, we put the stool sample into enrichment media and incubate it for 6 to 8 hours. Let's just explain that with an example. For example, selenite F broth. Selenite F broth is used for stool sample, and if you are suspecting Salmonella typhi, this is used. And you put some amount of the stool sample here and incubate it for 8 hours. After that, you take the loop full of suspension from here and inoculate on the media. Now, within this 8 hour of incubation, what will happen that this enrichment media will suppress the growth of all the non-pathogenic bacteria or the normal bacteria that is present in the stool sample, and it will support the growth of the pathogenic organism. So when you do a culture on the non-pathogenic will already be inactivated and it will not grow, and only your pathogen of interest will grow. That is the main role of enrichment media. So basically it stimulates the growth of the pathogenic bacteria and suppresses the growth of non-pathogenic bacteria which we don't need. So this is very helpful in samples where you have a mixture. Alkaline peptone water is used in case of Vibrio cholera. Next is indicator medium. Indicator medium, that means it gives indication, and an indicator in microbiology or in culture media means a dye. So if a media has a dye, it will be called as indicator medium, because of the dye it will show different colors, and that color production or non-production will indicate something. Let's see this picture here, Mekongki agar, where you see pink color colonies on this side and you see pale color colonies or no colorless colonies over this side. Now this pink colony is the lactose fermenting bacteria, and here if non-pink colonies are non-lactose fermenting bacteria. So you see, because of the presence of this indicator dye, you can differentiate between non-lactose fermenting and non-lactose fermenting bacteria. Similarly here, this is mannitol salt agar. You see pink colonies and you see yellow colonies. So Staphylococcus aureus gives yellow colony on mannitol salt agar, and coagulase negative staph gives pink colonies on menthol salt agar. So because of the character of this dye, you are able to identify the organism. This is called indicator medium. Next, very important, transport medium. Transport medium means these are the media that are used to transport the sample. Now, sometimes what happens, the point of collection is very far from the lab, and if you have to travel with the sample, there is a chance some organisms which are very delicate may die, and when you reach the laboratory and do the culture, you will not be able to see these organisms in the culture because they are already dead. They will not be able to grow. So for that, to address that problem, we have uh, transport medium. Now here in this picture you can see this is the viral transport medium, this is Cariblair medium for Vibrio cholera, then Ames transport medium. So these transport medias are mostly liquids, and wherein you take the sample with the help of the swab. There you can see this is a swab where you have the sample and it is dipped here and closed. Now it can go to the lab. Here also you can see a swab inside which had the sample with which the sample was collected and was put back into the tube with the viral transport medium, and it was sent to the laboratory. This helps, and this ensures that the organism is viable and is not affected by the time that is required for the transportation of the sample from point of collection to the laboratory. This is very important, especially in the times of corona. If you look at this viral transport medium, this has made it very easy for the lab personnel to make the diagnosis, because not everywhere we have the centers for the diagnosis of corona. So these are the medias, these transport medias make it very easy for sending the samples and get a correct, accurate and precise result. Sugar media are mainly used for the identification or speciation of bacteria. So once you know the genus of the bacteria, you there are many species from which you have to identify the right species. So for that we use sugars. So basically we use 1% sugar with indicator. So this color that you can see over here is the indicator dye. So if sugar is fermented, you see, so sugar is fermented and the dye has become yellow in color from pink to yellow. This is actually deep pink color and has developed into yellow. Okay, now this little tube, if you see here, that is called Durham's tube. So you understood what sugar media. So sugar medias are basically liquid media which are nothing but 1% sugar. It can be any sugar, glucose, sucrose, lactose, menthol, any sugar that you want to test. 1% in nutrient broth, and then you dip these tubes, little glass tubes called Durham's tube. This is used for checking the production of gas because certain bacteria ferment sugar with the production of gas and some ferment sugar without the production of gas. If you can see, this is tube which we have just inoculated the organism and it's ready for incubation. After incubation, in the middle tube you see the color is changed. That means sugar is fermented. But in the Durham's tube, if Durham's tube is to check the production of gas, so you don't see any bubble here. The media only is there. Earlier the media was red. After the fermentation it became yellow. Other than that, there is no sign of gas. But here, if you see, the media has turned yellow because of the fermentation of sugar, and you also see an empty space here. This empty space has developed because of the production of gas. The media there was production of gas, so the media which was filling this top part is pushed down. So Durham's tube helps in determining whether gas is produced or not. So this is a media where there is no fermentation. You can say negative carbohydrate fermentation, positive carbohydrate fermentation with no gas fermentation, and gas production in the last tube. So so this was about your special media. So special media is not just one kind of media, and now I hope you understood better that special medias are designed based on the special requirements of the diagnosis and isolation and identification of bacteria. Quickly summarizing, enriched media will give extra nutrients for fastidious bacteria that cannot grow on simple media, so that you can grow them. These mm, the examples are blood agar, chocolate agar, Loeffler serum slope, Algae media. Then you have enrichment media. Enrichment medias are always liquid media, and their job is to suppress the growth of non-pathogenic bacteria and enhance or stimulate the growth of pathogenic bacteria. Indicator medias are the medias with dyes or indicators which produce some colors, and based on the colors we know what character the organism is having. Transport medias are the medias that helps in the transport of the sample and keeps the organism viable. Sugar medias are 1% sugar media with indicator that help us to know whether a bacteria can ferment a particular sugar with or without the production of gas or not. So with that, we finish simple media. I hope you'll have some questions. Please go through your textbook, read your textbooks, and come back with your doubts. Thank you so much, and we will see each other on